Hello everyone. Ibaye Kenemunu. Ogu Emmanuel is my name. If you are new in this channel, you are highly welcome. And a special thanks to all my returning subscribers. What is abomination? You know, abomination is a forbidding act done by someone or group of people, forbidden by the community or the society, because such an act is harmful to the way of life of the community and the supernatural forces. So such acts include what we have in this eye-opener, in this very interesting and beautiful video we called Top 10 Abominations in Igbo Land. So let's dive straight into the video without wasting much of the time. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click like on my Facebook page, ring the notification bell, comment on this video, and do not forget to share this video, send it to the loved ones, give it to even enemies. It will educate them, it will remind them to know where they came from. It will make them to know what they're supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do as an Igbo person. 1. Killing of python. Eke. You know, this is a kind of Igbo. It's a kind of Igbo language educational topic, but it's also good for those non-Igbo listeners, although we are doing it in English, so it's for the benefit of everybody. So in many parts of Igbo land, there are two categories of Eke, which is python. There is one called Eke Orashi or Ulasi. It depends from the part of Igbo land where you came from. So this Eke Orash is common and can be found in many places in Igbo land. The other one is called Eke Uonya, which is a giant, that giant long python found in thick forests. This Eke Uonya is consumable, but the short python is not. It is forbidden to do so. There is this understanding that Eke Urashi are the children of Urashi stream, or Ulasi stream, reincarnation of our ancestors, and which can be found in some parts of Imo, Abia, Anambra. It's unheard of that someone can summon the audacity to buy, to kill, or to think of eating Eke Orashi. That is the python. So, buying one is seen as one attacking his ancestors. It's seen as one attacking his ancestors. So the buying of this reptile will always bring down the wrath of the community, the ancestors and the gods of the land upon the person that did it. So it is required that this reptile must be buried like a normal human being so as to appease the gods and the ancestors of the land. So in many parts of Igbo land, it is an abomination to buy Eke or python in the land, especially the Urashi one, the one we called Eke Urashi or Ulasi. So the second one is, the second abomination in Igbo land is Osu and Ume families. or Osu and Ume, let me put it that way. You know, in Igbo land, they are said to be a group of people brought in from afar. Some of them are sacrificed to the gods of the land for one appeasement or the other. They are normally used as slaves or offered as sacrifice to the ancestors, which might be as a result of a commitment in the community. So, but they are normally used as the sacrificial lamb to appease the gods of the community. So, part of the existence is to be identified with the idols they were dedicated to. You know, they usually reside near the local markets so as to be close to the idols. And somehow they are ostracized. So this set of people are exceptionally innovative, attractive, hardworking. But however, they are not allowed to marry. They can't intermarry in the community. They can't participate in the community gatherings or enter into relationships with the sons and daughters of the soil. I mean, those who saw themselves or who think that they are the first son of God. Let me put it that way. So the sons of the soil are regarded as the original members of the community. From the look of things in Igbo land, you could smell these supremacist practices in Igbo tradition and culture. Although it is their way of life for ages, but if you ask me, it is time to remove all those negative labels, you know, and attachments about a fellow human being just like you, who breathes the same air as you. You know, this way of life encourages supremacist tendencies, segregation, marginalization, demarcations amongst the Igbos, which is not going to help us, especially in this modern day or this modern age. So, if you ask me, those things should be removed. We need to move ahead. If not, there is no power, dead or alive, with the capacity to stop this in our land. I know a lot of people have tried, and some are still trying. It's not easy, but it's little by little, you know. So it's a kind of unstoppable in a way, you know. So if they could do away with all these negative thoughts and energies, that is a kind of blocking us back, that's a kind of setting a typical Igbo man back, I think we can achieve a lot of things. So the third one is what I called growing an upper teeth, kind of ipuezenu. Igbos we say ipuezenu, purezenu, pukwezenu. It's a kind of cause. So back in the days of our ancestors in Igbo land, a baby that first grows the upper teeth, or the one that was born with such a teeth, is seen as an abomination in the land. They used to see such a child as an abomination. So such a child is seen as a bad omen, a bad luck, you know, and as such are usually thrown into the evil forest to feed the wild animals in those days. So this culture has been abolished in some parts of Igbo land. It is seen as a primitive tradition that is something not compatible with the current realities and times, you know. It's no longer compatible. And I'm sure they are no longer practiced in Igbo land, because these days you can use surgery to correct that kind of the growth of the teeth. So the fourth one is what I call the incest. In Igbo land, it's an abomination. It's an abomination for one to have any kind of sexual relationship with one's blood or sister's daughter, you know, something of that nature. So this is seen as an abomination in Igbo land. It is being frowned upon by all and sundry in the community. and it must never be attempted by anyone. If not, I said if not, the person will face consequences like poverty, untimely death, blindness, and many other problems according to the elders of the land. That is what they told us. So please, having a kind of a sexual relationship with any of your own is not advisable in Igbo land, because to right the wrong, the land must be atoned and the gods must be appeased. So it is something that is not condoned in Igbo land. Understand? So the fifth one is the one I called buying. I think every one of you knows what I mean by buying. That is to buy somebody. After buying the person will not be alive again. So the kind of shedding of blood. So it's unlike Igbo tradition and culture to spill the blood of anyone, especially that of a fellow Igbo man by an Igbo man, except on self-defense. This is not part of Igbo tradition anyway. It is an abomination for an Igbo man to buy anybody. It's being frowned upon. So there are usually severe consequences and punishments from the people and the gods of the land for what is happening today. You know, our land has been desecrated. People are being buyed like animals. People are being buyed as if it is going out of fashion in our land, which is not good. It is setting us back. It's taking us back. We need to move forward. So the young generation of today may not understand. Spilling of blood of any person, Igbo or non-Igbo, is an abomination that has its consequences waiting. Seriously. So, and it's a kind of time bomb waiting to explode. So the sixth one is what I call suicide. You know, for one to kill his or herself. So the Igbo people believe that whatever comes to man is equal to man. And as such, no situation, no matter how challenging, has the capacity to make an Igbo man take his or her own life. A typical Igbo person believes there is always a sure solution to every problem that poses a threat to him or her. The culture and the tradition of the Igbo doesn't care about whatever issue that gave you this inordinate idea of deciding to take your own life. It doesn't want it. So because of this belief, the Igbo believe that tomorrow will be better. During the ancient times, the Igbo will never bury anyone that committed suicide because they believe the goddess of the land, which is called Ane, will never accept the person to be buried in her bowels. Do you understand? So it's an abomination to Ane, which is the god of the land, to accept that kind of person in her bowl. You know, there is nothing you can do in Igbo land without Ane, because Ane is where everybody stands. It's where you place your foot on. That's where you are standing. That's where you're lying down. That's where you're sleeping. So that is the reason they normally dump the body of such a person inside the evil forest. It is a big abomination for an Igbo person to take his own life. It's not advisable. It's not advisable, my brother, my sister. So the seventh one is the one I called Osu. It is an abomination in Igbo land for a free man to marry an Osu. An Osu is one or a group of people whose parents or ancestors were used as a sacrifice by the community to atone for crimes committed by them or to appease any attacking deity to the community. Do you understand? So these people are seen in Igbo land as half human, cursed, unclean, not worthy to cohabit with non-Osu in the community. They are usually insulted, neglected, marginalized, and treated as if they are not humans, although civilization and education is fast changing the narrative in Igbo land. Please, we are all one. Nobody should place curse upon any person that God created like himself or herself. We are all one, if you ask me. So now they have started gaining ground due to civilization, which is to me a welcome development. I am not in support of seeing or treating a fellow human being as if they are not created by the same God we worship. I don't support it. It is still being practiced as I am speaking to you now, today in Igbo land. People still segregate. People still differentiate. Please, let us drop this pretense. Let us stop this discriminatory idea against our fellow brothers and sisters. It's not going to take us anywhere. The world is changing. We have to change with the world. Because the same God created all of us. Please, let us be supportive of any Igbo man to marry Igbo woman from any part of Igbo community. We are all one. Please, we are all one. The eighth one is what I call blessing of the Kola Nuts by women. If there is one thing the Igbo abhor in their customs and traditions, it is allowing the women to break Kola Nuts in Igbo land. It's not done. This is an abomination. It's a sacrilege. You know, because Kola Nuts are considered to be sacred nuts in Igbo land and in some parts of Delta State. So it must never be allowed to be broken or shared by a woman. So these special sacred nuts can only be broken, preyed upon, and shared by men. There is this belief that he who brought Kola has brought life, and that Kola Nut is from gods of our land. In Igbo land, it is a taboo to allow women break Kola Nuts. It's an abomination. It is not done. So the ninth one is the one I call falling or fighting an elder or elderly person. So it is considered as an abomination for any young person to cause the falling down of an elderly person, especially deliberately in Igbo land. Either in making the elder to fall down from his seat or drop on his feet. It is seen as an abomination, and to appease the man and the gods, an animal must be buried. I hope you know what I mean by that. So depending on the person's profile, the animal must be used as an appeasement. If not, it is believed that the said young man who did this will not live long to be an elder in Igbo land. It's not going to be an elder. That is the belief of the Igbo. So whenever such an abomination occurs, the buying of animal or any other prescribed items must be provided before the person will sit up from that place to atone for the offender. So in Igbo land, for a young person to cause the fall of an elder, it comes with a very heavy consequences. It is not acceptable. So the 10th and the final one is the one I call carrying wine. In Igbo land, in those days, and even now, when a young man declares his interest to marry, he will inform the father, who will in turn quiz the young man to prove his readiness for settling down. It's not, Papa, I want to marry. At least your papa's supposed to know how prepared you are before setting up on going on such a journey. So you don't just wake up and say, Daddy, I want to marry. So after the quizzing, to prove his readiness for settling down with a woman, since it is not easy to marry in Igbo land, then the father will help. The father will help him involve his kinsmen, involve his kinsmen who will accompany them to their in-laws, place. Then, while they will be going there, or while they are on their way, a calabash of fresh palm wine will be given to the young man who wants to marry to carry to the girl's house. So if in the process the keg of palm wine falls down, spills, or broken, it is assumed the marriage will have a lot of issues, that it will not work. So it is destined to hold. They must go back. That's the belief of the Igbo. They must go back. So that marriage must be cancelled, and everybody must go back for another girl from another family. So it is seen as an abomination in Igbo land. Do you understand? So these are some of the abominations that can be found in Igbo land. Please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click like on my Facebook page. Ring the notification bell. Comment on this video. Do not forget to share. Share. Share this video to everyone. It also helps the algorithm. Bye bye. Bye bye.